Today, we're walking through and demoing how to use Stable Diffusion, an AI art generator, as well as some ideas for how to use it as a musician. Curtis, do you want to give any preamble before we go into it?
Basically, another AI-generated artwork server. Put a text prompt in, it spits out some form of artwork, same as Midjourney, and it's basically another one. Midjourney, for example, there is a subscription involved if you want to generate a certain amount of images. However, in my experience with Stable Diffusion, no such thing exists, and you're basically getting the same quality. So I started using Midjourney for a bit, and then I kind of switched across to Stable Diffusion when I worked out it was free and it was pretty damn good. The question is, I suppose, on people's lips is, why would you use this? It's a wonderful space to, firstly, if you are a brand new producer, to kind of get ideas and kind of throw things together, to kind of get an idea of kind of what an artwork would be if you're then going to take that to a human artist to generate something itself. It's a way that you can generate many images and then collage them together into your own piece of artwork, if that's what you wanted to do. I don't know about you guys, but it can also be a good way to, if I've got an image, or if I'm a lot more word-based, for example. I'm very word-based. I'm very kind of text-heavy. That if I can put that and then it can spit something out at me, I can use that. As you know, the Curtis universe, they're all kind of stories in this universe, which I have in here. So for me, I can see it and I can make something a lot better in that regard.
Well, if I might interject, what I was going to add too is, like, I'm not an artist in terms of drawing art, and this is a way for me, if I have an idea, like you were saying, a word sort of idea in my head, I can type that in and generate something that's similar. Like, that's the whole point of the project I'm doing this year, is to kind of, if I'm making a song and go, oh, that sounds like this alien landscape that's got, you know, a red moon or a purple moon and this, now I can type all that in and it just generates it. And that, I think, is really cool. If you're not a artist, you're a musician, but you're not an artist and you want art, there's this way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Why don't you walk us through then how to actually do this? When I open the Discord, there's all these different channels and all that, and a lot of different FAQs and things like that, but you actually do it. So you can just walk us through, avoiding all the craziness, just get right to it, right?
For sure. The first thing to begin, let me just share the screen up here. The first thing to bear in mind is the fact that you've got your Discord one. You've got the Audionautic Discord channel here if you wanted to come and say hi to us in the Discord. But yeah, first thing to you can really understand and take away from the fact is, anything that isn't on this bot side here, you can ignore. You can choose to just ignore it. As you can see, everything here is in bold white, which, if you're a Discord user, no, it's unread. I stay in bot 1.
What are the other bots?
It's just because there's so
algorithms
many...
or
no. It's just just duplicates of the same thing. It's just because there's so many people using it. It's to avoid server overload, essentially.
Gotcha.
So they all do the same thing. And occasionally, if you're putting in prompt after prompt after prompt after prompt, it will tell you, hey, dude, slow down, like give it a minute, and then you come back to it. But it's just to keep it flowing, essentially.
Okay.
It is just a Discord channel, Discord server, and you are with other people. You can get your own privatized one if you want, but that's when you start paying. And no one's got time for that. Plus, it's also nice to see what other people... A number of times, these prompts that you can see under here, for example... I'm struggling to get a type of aesthetic or a kind of a feel or a look, and I actually see other people. There you go, another one's come through.
Yeah, you can see their prompts, right?
Yeah, you can see their prompts. And so for example, ultra detailed 8K image.
Here, hold on. Let me just go here.
There you go. Yeah. So here, for example, I struggle sometimes to get the right kind of image. But if I go ultra high detail, I go, oh, okay, this guy, he's got that, and that's kind of that's what that works, that kind of thing. And so you can take little aspects of it and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Now the trick or the method here is not necessarily. It's a myth that you're just going to put a prompt in and spit out something that is perfect. You have to kind of finesse your language, a bit like ChatGPT. You have to kind of change the way you're going. And so it can take a while, depending on what you want to go for, how obscure you want to go for. But should we try a prompt?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah.
So everything starts with the backslash and then dream. All right, you type in backslash and then dream. That comes up with a prompt, as you can see there. And then you type in your prompt. Now, what was it we were discussing in the green room? I can't remember. Oh, yeah.
Something about an SP404, right?
American producer, American music producer in love with his SP404 Mark II.
One word.
There we go. Oh, hang on. I have screwed that up. Hang on. American music producer in love with his Roland.
SP404 is one word.
SP404 Mark II. Now, what we're going to say is American music producer in love with his Roland SP404 Mark II. Let's nick this guy's prompts and go 8K ultra high definition. Let's go with that.
Image. Do you have to put image? Or let's see.
No, not at all. You can just go with that. And that gives you a good starting point. And of course, it's voting time. The GPUs are pausing for a moment. Swing by the showdown on a bot channel and make it to the Pantheon. So yeah, this is what sometimes happens. Isn't that interesting that as soon as we go live, this is when the GPUs shut down for a little bit. So we're going to make...
Perfect timing,
yeah. So we're just going to type this again. What is one thing I would always say, it's a good opportunity to say that if this happens, because it does happen randomly, and it isn't something that you can predict, before you send, copy your prompt, because if it does happen, you can just go back and rechange it. If you're on a good track, if you're on a good trip, it's a good way of doing it. So, American music producer in love with his Roland SP404 Mark II, 8K ultra high definition. Right, we're going to learn from our mistakes here, much like the AI does in their own right. We're going to copy it, and we're going to hope that it spits out something. There we go.
Oh, well, real quick while we sort this one out, FCC says loving Eon Lake shirt, and just to zoom in there, Eon Lake, do you mind modeling that shirt real quick? There we go, sequential circuits, yeah.
That's exactly.
Oh, I think you're muted, Eon Lake. Let me unmute you there. Oh, you muted yourself. You've got to unmute it.
Yeah, we're not aiming for any sponsorship or anything. Just, being fanboys.
I mean, aren't we all just fanboys, really? Isn't that what we're all about at the end of the day? We're all about... Hang on, let me try this one more time. If it does this again, I want to tell you a little bit about everything else before we move on. Let's try this.
No, there's another ultra-detailed 8K image.
Yeah. So you send it off, right? It says dreaming for Curtis, right?
Oh, here, let me zoom in again. There we go.
Yeah. Sends it off, and then it spits it.
That's not an SP404.
So this is where it kind of gets a little bit difficult. It's when it kind of gets a bit different. So this is what it spat out. Obviously, the hands are not too bad.
Oh no, look at the hands though. They're all like there's 80 knuckles.
There's 80
look at all the knuckles.
That is
and wrist bumps.
Yeah, like whereas thumb's supposed to be, it's a knuckle and bumps. What is that?
On the other
look
hand,
at those fingers.
Look at that.
It's a claw. Can you zoom in on that?
I think so. Hang on. I can't know, but
there we go. You should slip and put right angle thumb in the prompt.
Look at the thumb on the left hand. What is that?
But it is a well-known thing that AI does struggle with hands, and because there's just less source material. We are working with a model here which takes artwork from pre-existing artwork and regenerates it in its own way. Artists generally, human artists, struggle with hands, so it makes sense that an AI would struggle with hands as well.
But as we talked about in the last episode, that's our way of knowing if an image is AI. Is you can tell by the hands.
That had me wondering, really, if you could repeat the prompt, but with no hands in it. But then I thought, no, that could end up even worse.
That could get strange.
For example, if I do say let's take something that's less human, right? For example, which this is what
do a landscape. Do a landscape. Yeah. Something
Bob
Rossian.
A Bob Ross styled landscape of a lake. And
I was going to say pond, but we can go with lake.
Mountains.
It's got to have mountains.
Birds.
And a cabin.
And a cabin.
Got to have a cabin.
In the forest, for example.
Ultra 8K high definition.
with a UFO.
No, with
with a UFO. Let's do it.
an
Why the fuck not?
SP404.
And a
With a
bear
UFO.
eating a human.
No, with a Prophet 5, with a sequential circuit
We're
Prophet
going to
5.
go with a bear. Okay, so Bob Ross styled landscape of a lake in front of a mountain, birds in the sky, and a cabin in the forest with a UFO and a bear. Why not? Send it off. In theory, we send that
Wait,
off.
copy it.
I'm going to copy it. Don't worry. I'll put that in. Try that again. Dream. Hashtag, well, not hashtag, /dream. Put the prompt in. Bob Ross styled landscape of a lake in front of a mountain, birds in the sky, and a cabin in the forest with a UFO and a bear.
You
I'm
got
going to get
prompt
rid.
on the right again. Do
I
you
have
need
got-
that?
No, you don't need that.
So you
That's
don't
just
want
my.
that. Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't think it doesn't make much of a difference, but
Okay.
it's streaming it. So it creates the seed for you. Ooh, interesting. What Gabrielle Bab is
So
doing
wait,
here.
now this gets interesting because it's AI is dreaming. That's like,
It's-
do androids dream of electric sheep, right? You know? Oh, look at that. Wow.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, there we go. That's
There you go.
cool.
That's beautiful. You know.
Yeah.
And that's
Ooh.
very nice. There you go. There's your bear. There's your bear.
The UFO up there.
There's your cabin. There's your UFO.
That bird is
right?
humongous.
Yeah.
Unless it's very close up.
Well, it's like the same as this guy. There's just one there. You know. Now
Yeah.
it's not perfect, obviously, but this is where you
Yeah.
can start kind of finessing where you're going, right? So if we come back up, usually it gets locked up because this dude Ali is really wants that AI cinema image of the dude at the bar, and that's fine. That's what people want to do, right? Now you can tell the AI which one you prefer, either A or B, and that is like giving back to the AI, so the AI knows, and it kind of micro learning, so to speak. You can then choose to DM it to you, A or B. Right. So if you go into my private messages, Stable Diffusion messages me with everything that I like, and I can keep it, and it's there forever. And that's where you download it from, for example, just by following the link.
What's the quality size? Or what's the quality, I should say?
I can go well beyond a Photoshop file of 2000 by 2000, which is more than what you'd ever need for any art. Yeah. It's good. It's high quality, and there's no barrier to that. It's not like you're paying for that, you know.
Yeah.
Then down at the bottom, these are the really interesting ones. If you like the kind of style, for example, this is quite a cool style. I kind of like this. It's kind of cool. You can choose to redo it in the same style, right? So we'll spit out a different image, but in the same style, right? You have a restyle, where it will spit out a similar image in a different style. And then you've got resize. Now, resize is a bit more chaotic. It will tend to do a different version of the artwork, and it will do it in a new style. Not quite sure why. You can, like we said, Bob Ross styled landscape. You can choose your style that you want in the prompt, like, I don't know, like 1920s photography, or anime, or
like that guy at the bar.
Or yes, 8K ultra high detailed, if that's what you want. Yeah, you can do that if you want to do it. But yeah, I to be honest, if it's me, I like this idea. If I went with the Bob Ross style landscape, to be honest, I kind of like that. It's kind of cute. But then you can just do, if I hit simply redo, it sends off the same prompt. As you can see, you scroll all the way down. See, here we go. Oh, look, very much music for Imagine Landscapes. That's cool.
Yes. I like that first one though. Open that one.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, so that's cool. The reflections.
Yeah. See,
no UFO in the reflection though.
No, sadly not. But you could imagine that it's somewhat maybe over here. I don't know. But anyway,
that's what makes it more spooky.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's intentional. Yeah.
There's a reflection of a bird, but no bird.
Yeah, and this bird is kind of just
more. The longer I look at it.
There's some. Yeah, that's what happens with AI art. The more you look, the more you notice things are wonky with it.
Yeah, and
I think cool, but yeah, no reflection of the bird.
Yeah, but I think it's one of those that can be finessed. For example, when we did, if I was to take that into Photoshop, what I would do is I would cut out the UFO, I would flip it and put it in the water myself. If I really wanted to, you can do that, and it is about finessing your prompt, and it's about coming up with something that you might want to try, and it is about. Sometimes I'll sit here for an hour, like prompting and re-prompting, just finessing what I'm saying. in order to make it perfect. And obviously it's AI, it's not going to be perfect.
No. The method you're using, these are inherent things to it. So yeah, you want to finesse it, but remember that that's always going to be there, at least while it's still learning and developing and all that.
Exactly.
Oh, he's going for another prompt.
I'm going to go photorealistic cat on a piano.
Oh, you got to do a synthesizer, man.
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
You got to do it. Cats on synths in space.
All right, sorry guys. On a synthesizer flying through space.
Ultra 8K.
Ultra 8K. Ultra 8K. Let's see what happens. Photorealistic cat on a synthesizer flying through space. Ultra 8K. Let's go with that. So as well, I put that in just for the lols, but just to branch off what you were saying, Sunwarper. If you don't have the capability,
oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that's a
wonderful.
robot cat too. That first one, it looks like it's got
like a Darth Vader.
Oh, is that a space suit or yeah? Wow. There we go. That's the one.
For the win. Yeah.
That's
playing
the
the keyboard
one.
the wrong way around though.
That's true, but
If
does it know it's a cat?
Cats do what
Yeah,
they
see,
want,
Curtis, we're on the same page. We're both like, how would it know it's a cat?
I'm sure if it was a cat, it would be pushing the synth off the stand.
I think that's very fair. I think again, you can cut this out, you can mold it, you can mesh it to what you want it to do. But I think also if you don't have the capabilities to do that, I think that's when you would take these as sketches almost, and then you would take it to a member of the community, or you would go on Fiverr or Upwork and you would find someone who did have the digital art capabilities and say, hey, I've got these ideas, can you put it together in one cohesive unit, and then work with an artist the traditional way. I don't think I've done any commission or had any artist or worked with any artist who hasn't asked for references. This is a great referencing tool. It's better than
that's true.
It's better than a scribble on a napkin, that's for sure.
Or just text.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, is there anything else? That's the kind of the basis of what you're doing, and that's where we go. Now, the limit is your imagination. There are plenty of cheat sheets online, and I think the wonderful thing is working out what the AI listens to, and kind of if that's when you start learning about artistic styles, and you can start learning about different mediums of art, be it like acrylic, or if it were to be geometrical or anything. It's a good way to kind of start exploring that and learning for yourself. But is there anything else that I have missed that you would like to know?
Yeah, there's one thing I just want to add, just in my time with a couple other different AI image generators, is really think about prompt, because the more detail and more definitions in the prompt you can give, typically the better. Like if you scroll down to that guy that keeps making the bar dudes, like look at his prompts, right? He's very specific about what he wants. Now, I'm not, this isn't a knock on Curtis. We wanted to just kind of demo and show the more ethereal concept and bring it to a reality. But if you're really trying to get a specific image, the more detail you can put in, the better. And then there's a lot of, like Curtis was saying, with cheat sheets and stuff, there's a lot of different kind of prompts you can do that like terms for prompts of like what you want it to do, ultra 8K definition, this type of style, this and that. And like Frequency Control Center says in the chat, AI is only as good as what you tell it to do. Yeah,
exactly. So, for example, just to I'm not the bastion of knowledge on this one, but for example, this is the artwork that I got from my live stream after the show for Sisyphia. Black and white photograph of a mythological landscape in the center of the frames, an ancient city in the style of the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The city is centered around a giant round boulder, and it spat that out. Like that's rather specific, and you have to. As you can see, I've gone through.
I like that one with the floating. That one.
Yeah, cool. I've got. It's cool, that one, analog film style of a mythological landscape. I've even gone 16 by 9
Oh,
resolution.
so you can tell it different resolutions.
Yeah.
Okay, and hold on, just go back. You're putting that in the prompt. What do you say? Just 16 by 9 res. Okay, cool. Yeah,
16 by 9 resolution.
That's perfect. Because for my live streams, I like to do AI images behind what I'm doing that day, like the SP404 or this and that. So yeah, having it be, because that one I was using, Bazart, it's all square. and then you have to cut it, and the resolution gets messed up and stuff. So that's very cool.
Yeah, I mean, this one, like, hyper realistic Zen garden with a monk meditating, surrounded by the cosmos, overlooking a futuristic city that is on fire. The monk is.
I like how he's the one surrounded by fire.
Yeah, and in a
Or
bubble
like
around
Avatar magic or something.
Exactly, yeah, and the more detailed you go, and the more in depth that you can vocalize and communicate to the AI, this is what you want, the better your artwork is going to be. And it is a little bit hit and miss at the beginning, and it's hit and miss the whole time, to be honest. But you just gotta keep running with it, you know. I mean,
keep finessing.
Exactly, this Zen Buddhist idea, I did. This is just the ones that I said, okay, send to me. But I mean, there was loads more than that, you know.
Yeah.
And so it takes time, takes a bit of effort, you know. Just got to kind of go with it, run with it, I suppose. But at the same time, right? If you've got something that's really, like, for example, digital art of the physical manifestation of loneliness in the human form, right? That's really pretty broad.
I love the irony of asking AI to give the physical manifestation of loneliness in human form. Like, I did that one time. I asked the AI to do the conceptualize infinity, and it just made a bunch of circles. This like really creepy gray and yellow. Like, I was like, oh, this is getting weird.
Yeah, but that's it. You know, like it's ironic in that sense, but it can spit out some gems just from nothing. So even if you do have a sentence, even putting down a sentence is a good place to start. And then what you get back allows you to go, oh, maybe if I added this, maybe if I added that. It's like music production. It's a bit of a journey.
Let's just really quickly talk a little bit about, and Ian, like, I'm curious if you have any ideas, but ways that musicians could incorporate this. We've already talked about album artwork and thumbnails, but do you have any other ideas, Ian?
Flyers, posters, promotion.
Yep.
Postcards.
Yep. I was going to say for videos. Logo. Yeah, logos. That's one. I was going to say if you need videos for social media or something, you could do just static images and zoom in and out or something. But I think it was Abby in the patron Discord channel used a AI video maker that was really cool. And I think it costs money or something. But I mean, you could just take a single image and just add some filters, maybe like some movement to it just to make it interesting. And you can put some music on it, 10, 20 seconds, and you've got a promo.
For sure.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Ian, but that was great. Do you have anything else you think?
No, I mean, in summary, if you're one of those people who just thinks, I'm just a music guy, and you get fed up with having to do all this other stuff, well, here comes your little helper, to take some of the pain out of things like that, unless, it's something that you enjoy. But I think even if it's something that you enjoy, it's kind of a tool to still be creative anyway. So I think you kind of got the best of both worlds there.
Yeah. Let's see. FCC in the chat says you can get AI animation now. I've seen some DJs using it. Yeah, there was a trending thing on Reddit of a DJ playing, and the AI art was moving behind him on this huge screen. It was really cool. And yeah, I mean, that's what I can't remember. Curtis, you seemed like you resonated when I was mentioning it, but Abby was using some sort of app or program to do it. It was a paid one or something. It looked really cool, though.
Kyber's AI.
Okay.
It's in the Discord. I'll tell you what. If I copy the link, copy the message ID, copy the message link, and I'll put it in the chat for people. Go and have a look to our Discord. Abby made it.
They said that. I think they said it costs money.
It does. It costs it costs money, and it costs more money per how much more video you want to make. Hey Tina, didn't see you there. And then but it's something that I've often thought, hey, if I don't have a big expenditure for the month, I'd have a little bit of experimentation. Cat on a synth,
Yeah, this is the actual physical manifestation of Cat on a Synth. We don't need to ask AI to do it.
So if you like that clip, consider checking out our full live stream, Audionautic Deep Space Network, on YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts.
You can also join us for the live stream of said podcast at 7 p.m. UTC, 11 a.m. Pacific, and we will see you in the next ADSN. Thanks for watching.